Hi, this is Cayden from VIA Value Investing Academy. So I'm back. So I'm not going to introduce myself because the first video, second video, I already introduced myself. But by the way, just to let you know that all the videos are taken within my office, and the entire place is really brightly colored with various colors, and I have lots of toys. And right behind me, I have this Superman that I bought, which is quite expensive. And the reason why is these are like my assets, but they don't produce income. So if I put this back home, my wife is going to scold me. So the only place that I can put is inside my office. Yeah. So other than this, I have a lot of stuff. I have a Stormtrooper over there. Yeah, and many. And I have a Captain America shield, which is right at the back. So I really hope that one day he will just visit this humble place of mine. So in my very first video, I talk about people who become wealthy, especially those people who are very rich in the Forbes list. Every single one owns a business, right? And so that the rest of the people work for them. And if you are able to become a business owner, you'll be able to retire less than 42 years, or in fact, much lesser. Or some of you may even make your first million very quickly. So that was the first video. And in order for us to own a business, some people may argue that, hey, Cayden, there are different types of business, or different type of assets. And in the second video, I talk about there are two types of assets, predominantly the one that generates income or income generating assets, such as property, such as businesses and so on. And there are assets that don't produce income. For example, the gold, the stamp that you bought, the wine that we invest in, they don't. So why is it important for us to invest in assets that produce passive income? The moment we are able to invest in assets that produce passive income, and the moment this passive income is greater than expenses, then we become financially free. Not only that, in order for us to be richer, we can always use the passive income that we have, save a portion of it, deploy more, buy more assets, buy more properties and so on, so that these assets, as time goes, get bigger and bigger. And this passive income is going to get more and more, while this one stays the same. So now the question is, what kind of income producing assets can we invest in? And in the second video, I mentioned that, today, I'm going to share with you one type of businesses or income generating assets. If you're able to invest in it, whatever income you're going to generate in the next 1 year, or passive income generate in the next 1 year, is going to far supersede whatever your peers is going to generate in the next 8 years in total. And this income generating assets or business that I'm going to share with you today is called ETF, or sometimes people call it exchange traded funds. So what is an ETF, or what are ETFs? Let me give you a very short history. Many years ago, when stock exchange first started, usually when stock exchange first start to bloom in any countries, the number of companies in the stock exchange are usually very small. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3. So as the years go by, more and more companies become publicly listed in a stock exchange. So years back, academics wanted to have a feel of, are the share price of this public listed company, are they predominantly going up or going down? So in order for them to do it, what they do is they take the stock price of very big companies. For example, they may take 30 companies, they may take 500 companies, and they take every of this stock price and then they average it out. When they average out, there's only one number. Now, if this average number goes up, that means predominantly most of the stock prices are going up. If this stock price go down, then predominantly most of the share prices are going down. So when the share prices go up, represented by this average number, people call it a bullish or a bullish run. And why they call it bullish? Because bulls has two horns, and the horns point upwards. So when they want to kill a prey, they will hook their hooks upwards. So it's bullish. On the other hand, when the share prices are going down, they use another term, and it's called bearish. Why? Because the bear, when they want to kill an animal, the hand goes this way, up to down. So have you come across a bear that goes this way? No, it's going this way. So it's bearish. So bullish and it's bearish. So they decided to give a name to this average number. So what's the name of this average number? They call it an index. So if the index goes up, it's bullish. If the index goes down, it's bearish. But unfortunately, you cannot invest in an index because the index is just for an academic purpose. It's just an average number to give you a feel whether it's going up or going down. So as the years go by, their fund managers was thinking, hey, maybe we can give an opportunity for retail investors to invest something related to an index. So they start a fund that mirrors after this index, and they call it an index fund. So you can invest in an index fund, but you cannot invest in an index. Now, which means that let's say the index has Apple, the company called Apple, and this index has 2% of Apple. So then this index fund will have 2% of Apple. So if this fund has, let's say, SIA in it, and this SIA is 1%, takes up 1% of the entire index, then this index fund will have 1% of this SIA. Which means if this index goes up, the stock price of this index fund will also go up because they mirrors after each other. And if this index goes down, the index fund also goes down because it mirrors after this index. So sometimes, other than call it an index fund, they decided to give another name. And this name is called ETF, which is what we have shared later on, and it's exchange traded funds. So there are many types of ETF in the world. In Singapore, the most common one is STI ETF. STI stands for Straits Times Index. And in this Straits Times Index itself, there are 30 blue chip companies or big companies. So this STI ETF will mirror after this STI, Straits Times Index. When STI goes up, STI ETF goes up. And the next type of index, which is in the US, for example, is S&P 500. Now give a guess. From the index alone, how many companies does this S&P 500 represent? Yeah, you're right. It's 500 companies. That's why it's called S&P 500. So remember, you cannot invest in S&P 500, but you can invest in S&P 500 index fund. And of course, there are other index funds as well. There's a Nikkei 225. Give a guess, which country? Japan. And there's also this Hang Seng Index. Which country? Hong Kong. So right now, after understanding that, oh, there's this index and this index fund. So is index fund really that good? And if it's really that good, how do you invest in an index fund? So, in the next video, I'm going to share with you how you can set up an autopilot mechanism so that you can invest in this index fund. Such that, back to the very beginning, whatever passive income you're going to generate in the next 1 year is going to far supersede whatever your friends is going to generate in the next 8 years in total. So I want you to keep a lookout for my next email where I'm going to give you the link again. Click on it and watch the next video on how you can invest in this index fund immediately. So this is Cayden Chang from VIA Value Investing Academy. So I shall see you soon. Okay, goodbye.